Well, hello and welcome to the live stream. It's Commander Nutter and Bloody Nutter as well, because I have two different accounts. I'm still a nutter. So this live stream is all about exploration and long-range jump ships, and I'm currently out, as you can see, not too far away from Colonia. How far away is Colonia? Just under 1,000 light years away, and I've just noticed a nice big star that I wanted to go and quickly have a look at. I know it's big because we have the star class of K, which is a pretty common star class, brightness of 2, which is pretty bright, and then we have the size or mass, which is I, which is the largest of sizes, and they're in Roman numerals, and AB is the content of the star in terms of makeup. So I'm going to start by having a little zip over to that, and whilst I do that, you can ask about the there's another large star there as well, and that's a size 3. So yeah, not quite as big as this one that I've already got targeted. So let's zip over to there first of all. Now I'm in my MAX JUMP Anaconda, which, if I show you quickly, has a maximum jump without boost of 84.17 light years. However, if I was to go to a neutron star, that increases dramatically, and I'll show you that in a moment. So if you have got any questions, of course, feel free to ask. Just need to get my chat window in view. That's better. And I'll shift that over here so I can see it all times. Alrighty. So, let's go and have a quick look at this star. You can see it comes up, red supergiant star. I haven't been there before. I just happened to notice it before I started the stream, so I thought we'll go and take a look at this first. You never know, it might be a biggie. Now, for those of you who are watching at the moment, I don't know how many are already playing Elite Dangerous. But if you are and you like exploration, you'd like to build a ship that can get to the far reaches of the galaxy, you're going to need a MAX JUMP Anaconda. Ooh, that's a big star. Looks like someone's been here before. Okay, well, it's not that big. The distance to the star center is 179 light seconds. And they said years then. That would be big. Which isn't that massive, to be fair. But it was worth a quick look. And congratulations to Tharin, who was here first. They are a bit of a magnet, these large stars, so it's unsurprising that someone's been here before, especially as we're also near a nebula. So I'm going to come and have a quick look at that. I'll scoot some fuel while we're here, as it's a class K. It's relatively small, to be fair, in terms of how big stars can get. Some of the more bigger ones can be 2,000 light seconds to the core of the star, so that gives you an idea of how much bigger they do get. That's my fuel scooping done. Alright, let's have a look at the galaxy map and see where we might want to go from here. So that's 3, 4. What I'm looking at there for references here, it's in Roman numerals. And ideally what we're looking for is 1 if you want the really large stars, and of course O-class stars are the biggest of all. So if you can find a size 1 O-class, then we're talking really big. That's an O class there, but it's a standard size 5, V for 5 in the Roman numerals. That's kind of how it works. Okay, so why would you, of course, want to build a max jump Anaconda? Well, the answer is simple. When you get to the very edge of the galaxy, whether it be up, out here, where the stars thin out, or down, and it's all relative, of course, or to just to the very edge of the galaxy in terms of the disk, you're going to need more and more jump range. And that's why it's important, if you're into exploration, that you build yourself a max jump Anaconda, so you can get to the very far reaches, the very difficult places to reach within the galaxy. And that's why I have one, because I do like to get to the extremes. Some of these distances between stars can be anything from 100, 200, 300 light years, even more. In extreme cases, I can show you one actually. I think I've got it saved somewhere. Well, I did have. I know it's a bit on my other account, but we're talking somewhere in the region of about 2,000 light years between stars, and there ain't a ship in the game that can do that jump. Well, not without cheating, I guess, but we're not going to talk about that. Alrighty, so let's get back to where we are. And look for somewhere interesting to go. You could quickly filter this. I do like to look at it in the classic view, as in like the actual view, so that you can eyeball interesting stars. And the way that I do that is I kind of shimmy around the map like this, and you'll notice that stars start to be more persistent as you move around. And if I can try and give you an example just here, if you watch that star there as I shimmy the map around, you'll see that it's persistent and doesn't disappear like other stars. Can you see that? There's a few around it, but they're more persistent at a distance. Those are the interesting ones quite often, and normally worth a look. And that one there as well, although that's just a standard B-class star. But it's probably a large mass system with lots of interesting things going on. Always worth a look. Plenty of black holes around here as well, as you can see. There's a neutron star there as well. And yeah, so you can spend a lot of time out here exploring, and that's what I like to do. These look like carbon stars, and that's one there. There's two of them close together. Carbon stars can be very big as well. Those are both size 3. But very interesting. That's a very bright one actually. And when you've got a max jump Anaconda, nothing is too far away, and I can get to that very quickly in just one jump. And just as I spot another interesting star, and that's what makes it good to come out somewhere near Colonia. You've got a little base that you can go to, but you'll always find interesting places to go and have a look, and it can become quite addictive. But like I say, the reason I'm doing this stream is not only to show you that how quickly you can get about looking at stars that you want to get to with no nonsense, but also how to actually build a max jump Anaconda. Now, what I can do, we'll make a jump to this system here, I think, just to show you this carbon star. And when we get there, I'll show you Corylus and the ship build that I'm currently flying. Now, when you see this ship build in Corylus, it kind of says it won't work, but there's a special trick to enable you to get a ship build which is a max jump Anaconda. and I'll show you that very briefly as soon as we get to the destination of this star. And I didn't want to delve into the heavy, gritty detail straight off the bat. Give people opportunity to join the stream. Now, carbon scars can't be scooped, as you can see. But what we can do is quickly see how far away it is, and it's 111 light seconds. So again, not very big. When we're talking 1,000 light seconds or more, that's when we're talking about a giant star. Now, if you are watching this, you can just help me out because I've just reconfigured my streaming. Just let me know if the audio is a good balance. That's my voice and obviously the game volume. And if that's all hunky-dory, then we'll crack on and show you the ship build that I'm currently flying. That'd be much appreciated. For those that have just joined, this is my jump range at the moment, 84.17. But if I now take you to a neutron star, can't help not looking at these giant stars at the moment. Not massive, they're size 3. So we want a neutron star, right? That looks like that one there. There we go. Right, let's go and scoop off that neutron star, and I'll show you the jump range once you've got a boost. Let's go there now, and then I'll show you Corollas. And like I say, if you just let me know if the sound and game volume balance is good, and I'm not too loud or I'm not too quiet, that'd be appreciated. Alright, so I'm going to go and scoop off of this neutron star now, and I'll show you what a fully boosted max jump Anaconda jump range looks like. And then we can start talking about how you go about building one for yourself. So straight to a neutron star.
System scan complete.
It's the only star in the system, or the only body. And we just swing it around. Anaconda. Bit slow for manoeuvring, especially a max jump one, due to the fact that it only has size 4 drives. So as we do that, 336.68 light years is my jump range now, should I say. But because I've got fuel on board, it's actually 325. But obviously if I reduce the weight of my fuel tank, my range goes up, and the maximum I can make is 336.68 light years, which gives you great options for where you might want to go next in the galaxy. Because that nebula looks quite far away, but now I'll probably get there very quickly. Let's have a look. Yeah, quite easily in one jump. In fact, I'll probably get to the other side of it without breaking a sweat. Look at that. That's the sort of options you get when you have a good jump range. We could just jump straight to that B class right there. Let's do that now to see that in action. It's a 307 light year jump. 307.65 light years. So we're actually going to jump past this nebula in one jump. Now, we're not just going to talk about Anaconda exploration ships, but any ships that you might be considering on building. You may not have enough funds for a max jump Conda right now, but we can talk about any ship and maximising its jump range. And then we also have to think about being a little bit sensible and building an exploration ship that will be a multi-role ship that can cope with all sorts of scenarios, all sorts of gameplay styles, and I can show you a few multi-role exploration setups as well, which will help you survive out in the black for a very, very long time. Okay, so whilst we're here, let's just see if there are any interesting planets. Let's see. Okay, no water worlds or anything like that. Well, that looks like that might be a metal rich, potentially. Let's just see if we can locate that. I'm not entirely sure that was. No. A fair few people have been out this way. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Let's take a look at Corylus for a second. So, okay, so let's take my chat window out of the way there. Let's do that over here. Okay. Right, so this is the exact build that I have right now that I'm flying. And as you can see, the build kind of breaks Corylus. According to this, I don't have any speed because my thrusters are over the maximum mass and therefore no boost. And also we don't have shields, and that is part of the build. That's part of the risk of building a max jump Anaconda, is the fact that you fly without shields. But this is as good as it gets. Now you can get an even further if you've got legacy modules that has an even more lightweight sensor, which was possible with the old style of engineering, but not anymore. So this is using the current game assets and engineering, this is as far as you can go. And as you can see, 84.17 is the max. And so you're probably wondering how you get size 4 thrusters on an Anaconda. And I can show you how that works. If I was to go, let's just save that build for a second. If I go to ships and go to a standard Anaconda, this is what a standard Anaconda looks like when you buy a new one. And so the first thing to do, if you do want to do a max jump or even any exploration ship, is you set yourself a baseline and remove as much as you can. The next thing you need to do is to go as small as possible, and then work up from that. So if you want an Anaconda which has got a really good jump range but has a number of utilities, then you start adding to your build to make it work, is the way it works. But if you start at the very minimum baseline, then the smallest or most lightweight of the power supply units is a 2D, which weighs 1 ton. So you fit that. Thrusters, you'll notice you can only go down as far as 5D at the moment. We'll just do that, and we just go with the minimum everything apart from frame shift drive, obviously. So D class is where you want to end up. 2D power distributor. In fact, I think the 2A is the same weight. I can't remember now. Maybe not. 2.5. No, we'll leave it with D. Don't change a good thing. So at the moment, as you can see, the ship build isn't working. Okay, so you have to start doing your engineering from there. So the first thing with your power plant, as we're not putting enough power, go for an overcharged, and we can also then strip that down. Okay, so at its most basic form, we now have a stripped down, lightest power plant available, and it is engineered to produce enough power to power the ship. That's a good start. Obviously our jump range at the moment though is 41.42 light years, which, if you think about it, is not too shabby already. But we can reduce the weight further, and we can also engineer our frame shift drive. I'm going to leave the thrusters for now because, as you saw, my build that I'm flying now has 4D thrusters, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's modify the frameshift drive for increased range, and the special effect mass manager, which, as you can see, increases your optimal mass, which is the best special effect for your frameshift drive. Okay, our jump range is now up to 65.29. Obviously there's more lightweight engineering to be done. Life support, class 5 lightweight. We're now up to 66. Sensors, really heavy, and this is where you can make your massive gains, and why some of the legacy engineering allows ships to jump even further. So let's engineer those to lightweight 5. We are now up to 73 light years. Now the power distributor is in red, and the reason it's in red is because there isn't enough power to allow boost. Now when you do a max jump Anaconda, that's always going to be the case. So the only thing you can do with this is any type of engineering you want, really. The key thing is that you don't increase mass. But what you can do is strip it down. So for example, if you went with engine focused, it doesn't increase the mass of the ship, so you can engineer that. No point going crazy, I would just engineer it one level, but give it the special effect of strip down, just eking out every light year and point light year we can. So that gives us our sort of baseline, and as you can see, everything's engineered apart from thrusters. Now when we go to select 4D thrusters, the build won't work, and as you can see, when you go now, it's good to point out that we've engineered everything to be lightweight. There's nothing else on the ship, yet according to Corolus and in the game, you cannot fit a 4D thruster. And this is where people get stuck and say, well, hang on, how does that work? How can you possibly put a 4D thruster onto an Anaconda? And the trick is that there is a special effect that you can apply to a 4D thruster. There is other ways you might be able to get away with fitting a 3C fuel tank. Let's see. No, even that still won't work because of the mass. Okay, so let's not worry about that for now. Let's put that back. But what we can do is, if we go to 4D thrusters, as you can see, the build doesn't work, but there is a special effect. If we do engineering for clean with the special effect drive distributors like magic, you can now fit 4D thrusters. So the way that you would normally go about doing that, and to save a lot of messing about flying to engineers in this Anaconda, is you engineer the parts you need and then fit them to an Anaconda. And what I mean by that is use a smaller ship where relevant to get those parts engineered, especially the 4D thrusters. And then when you've got them all ready, you apply them to your Anaconda, and finally you apply the 4D thrusters with the engineering that I've just shown you, which is the clean grade 1 with drive distributors, which helps your optimal mass. Okay, so now you've got an Anaconda that will fly. There's other things we can add to this build, of course. One of them being the Guardian frameshift drive booster, because we're currently on 73.74 light years. If we fit a Guardian frameshift booster, that takes us up to 84.04. So we're pretty much nearly there in terms of a max jump Anaconda. Once we've got that fitted, The only other thing that we might want to worry about is a discovery scanner, which doesn't weigh anything. Let's go down to the bottom there, scanners. Where are we? The scanner's gone. Oh, you get one by default now, don't you? It's been a while. You get one by default, so it's not actually showing in the list anymore. Obviously we could do a fuel scoop, so I'm going to move that down and put our fuel scoop on, because we're going to need that for exploration. Otherwise we're going to run out of fuel very quickly and fit the biggest, meanest, baddest fuel scoop. It won't affect your jump range. Then there's one more piece of engineering you need to do, which will give you your maximum jump range. So you've probably taken something like an ASP or any ship that will take a 4D thruster. Take it to an engineer, get him to do a clean grade 1, take that to maximum, so you get your maximum on clean grade 1. Don't keep upgrading it, just keep it to the first level, to the point where you can then do the special effect and you add drive distributors to it, and then take that ship back to where you've got your Anaconda waiting, and you fit it to your Anaconda, and then you'll end up with an Anaconda build that looks just like this. And then from there, to get the additional jump range, you can then engineer the thrusters that are now on that ship. And so you can then go for dirty class 5 and special effect strip down. Okay, and that will give you your what we would call a lockdown build. Now it's all showing as greyed out there, so I'm not quite sure why that is. But it should work. Let me just load my saved build, just make sure I've not missed something out. Anaconda max range, frameshift drive booster. What's the engineering on that? Oh, I've left it as clean, stripped down, that's why. But I'm pretty sure that I actually went all the way and engineered, again, this is the problem, it breaks Corylus because you're breaking the rules of the game. Let's switch back to the game and have a look at the Anaconda that I'm flying now. Hey Frank, you're welcome and thanks for tuning in. Okay, so let's go to the game and let's have a look at my actual drives on my modules. There we go. There are the 4D thrusters, and let's show the info. Alright, so I've done a dirty drive tuning to level 4 and then stripped them down. Obviously I could have gone to level 5. I think I probably went out of materials, but level 4 is not too bad. And so that's how I've gone about building that. Now you can see that I've got some additional items on my Max Jump Anaconda. Field maintenance. They don't weigh anything, so you can apply those too. Why not? But everything else you see there is as per the build that I've showed you in Corylus there. Advanced docking computer doesn't cost anything in terms of weight, and nor does Super Cruise Assist. They're currently powered off because you have to manage your power. So when you get to where you want to be and you want to use any of these utilities like the cargo hatch, docking computer and Super Cruise Assist, any of those, you'll be in Super Cruise. So all you need to do is simply turn off your Guardian frameshift drive booster, like so. And now you've got use of all your other utilities that you would normally have in Super Cruise. So that's how you get a Max Jump Anaconda. And I'm sure I'll get more questions about that again, but that's basically how it's done. So with that in mind, once you've got all that sorted out, you can then start to look at doing some of that deep exploration. So in terms of other ships that people might want to use, there are plenty out there. You can use any ship you want for exploration, but in terms of getting that maximum distance, you do really need to look at a MAX JUMP Anaconda. And the reason that I use a MAX JUMP Anaconda, I am currently 1,153 light years below the galactic plane. Okay, if we just dip down from this nebula, which is always a good marking point, just keep going down and down and down. Oh, hello. What we got here? It's class 3, size 3. That also looks interesting. It's just a standard O class. Anyway, we keep diving down. I'm now 1,000 light years, still going strong. Remember, this is directly down on the galactic plane. And you'll see now stars are starting to thin out, and it's like a neutron star there. No, it's an O class star. Wow, that's far away. So in terms of plotting now, let's see how far down we can get. Let's try plotting to there, for example. And look at that, no problem whatsoever, which is 2,800 light years just below the galactic plane. Okay. So, and this is where extreme exploration starts, because from this point onwards, stars get thin, and this is why I need that every last light second of jump range. So you're probably thinking, well, how long is it going to take you to do 2,000 light years? Well, let's have a look. 11 jumps, which is approximately 10 minutes. And there gives you your second plus point of a MAX JUMP Anaconda. You can get to places like the extreme edges of the galaxy, whether it be on the galactic plane or above it or below it, very quickly. And I don't know if you've ever been low down or high up on the galactic plane, but things start to look really pretty. So I didn't actually look to see whether or not this was a dwarf or not. No. Now, I think there's something else that's worth pointing out as well. If you do plan on taking your MAX JUMP Anaconda on a long trip, you are going to need your autofill maintenance, because every time you scoop from a neutron star like this, you damage your frame shift drive. Let's have a look where we are now. Frame shift drive, where are we? It'll be anything that's damaged. There we go, it's on 94%. And I've only scooped from 2 neutron stars. Ultimately, if I keep using neutron stars, next star's another neutron star, my FSD will get to the point where it will no longer function properly. This is just a 280 light year jump. So you need the autofill maintenance on your MAX jump so that you can repair your frame shift drive. Otherwise you may well end up stuck out in the black. You can recover from it, but it can take a long time because you have to reboot your ship, and when you reboot your ship it will repair a broken module, only so slightly, enough to repair it so it works, but it means that it will still continue to fail. Hey Chankulda, I'm going to get your name wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go with Jankula Zlat. A great name, if I pronounced it right. Finally, nice stream, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Feel free to follow. So now I've done another frame shift drive boost. My frame shift drive is now down to 93%, and that will keep degrading every time I do a jump. But let's just carry on dropping down to the bottom of the galaxy, which won't take long. Another 281 light year jump, 9 jumps. When we get to the bottom, we'll repair our frame shift drive. But I want to show you what the galaxy looks like from down below. It really is worth a trip, and you can only really appreciate it when you're in the game, and hopefully soon I'll be able to experience it with VR. It's on my bucket list. So time to scoop from some fuel. We're getting a bit low. Won't take long to fill up. I've got a 7A fuel scoop. As you will see, that scoops fuel really quickly, so you don't have to spend too much time hovering around to start. We'll fill it right up because the next jumps will probably be more neutron stars. Here we go, full tank. So what I'll do actually, I'm just going to fly away from this star for a minute and just show you how the galaxy looks at the moment. We're already quite low. Let's see how low we are already. We are, well, that's the next jump, but we are currently, let's have a look, roughly 1,779 light years below the galactic plane. And so if we zoom out, you can see how that looks, and you're already starting to see that things start to look a little bit different, and it now looks like there is almost a cloud of stars above us. Now in game it's even more prominent, and we're only halfway down to where our end point is. So let's have a look now, hopefully, at what the galaxy looks like. Try and get, the reason why I'm flying away from the star is to get rid of the light pollution from the main star. So as you look at the galaxy, we're below it at the moment, and you can see it's already starting to look like almost a cloud of stars above us. Now there is an advantage to doing that, because when you find interesting planets or interesting points of interest on a planet or some nebula, everything looks a lot crisper and cleaner. So now we're looking out towards the edge of the galaxy, and as we then swing round a bit more towards the core, that cloud cover of stars becomes denser. But as they say, you ain't seen nothing yet. So this is how it looks now. We're going to continue diving down as low as we can go in the galaxy. Let's make our next jump. So we just scooped from that star, so it's a short hop to the next neutron star. And look how dark it's looking already below us. I'm not convinced that's a true representation, but if it is, it means we're already quite low down in the galactic plane. Okay. So again, just need to scoop from this neutron star. And you're probably noticing that I'm not really spending much time scanning these hopping points, because I'm more interested in finding interesting stuff at the extreme edges of the galaxy. I mean, I could have a quick look now and see what we've got, and it's just rocky ice worlds. I'm not really interested in that in the moment. I just want to get as deep down as I can in the galaxy, and then from there hopefully find a really nice location which will make a nice screenshot or even a nice little video that you can use later in a compilation, or just as a backdrop to your video that you might be doing at the time if you're thinking about doing content for YouTube or Twitch. So I'm going to quickly make my way down to the last star, and then from there we get more interesting, because then we start scratching around for a star that will allow us to get deeper and deeper, or lower and lower, further away from the galactic plane. Unfortunately, when you've got 4D thrusters on an Anaconda, it doesn't turn very quickly. And it's the price you pay for having a MAX JUMP Anaconda. So if you've got any questions about how you might want to build other exploration ships, or how to do a multi-role exploration ship, we'll have a look at that when we get to the bottom of the bottom of the galactic plane. I'll also show you a multi-role Anaconda, and as I've mentioned before, and if you've only just joined, the Anaconda in Elite Dangerous is the ship that can jump the furthest, and that's why I'm flying an Anaconda. Any other ship that you customise to jump as far as it can will not jump as far as the Anaconda, and that's why we're flying one. Let's have a quick look to see what's here. Nothing of interest really for me. Hey Jules, how you doing? Great tune as well. Down, down, deeper and down. I probably got that somewhere. I'm always overly cautious about playing music in Elite Dangerous. Well, not Elite Dangerous, but Twitch and YouTube. I mean, I could certainly find. Let's have a look. The tools at my disposal. I really need to find a quieter mouse, I think. Yeah, I could certainly find some of that stuff, but yeah, music's always a difficult one. We'll put that away. Right. Okay. Let's scoop some more super jump fuel. How you doing anyway, Jules? It's been a while. Hope you're well. And welcome to the stream. How long have you been lurking? Have you seen how to do the MAX JUMP Anaconda yet? And at some point we need to do that meeting as well at Planet Death. That'll be fun. I'm just trying to organise a schedule when it will work. Because we're going to do Planet Death, as many players as possible. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, on my YouTube channel and on Twitch, you'll see some live views of Planet Death. Feel free to fast forward and rewind to the moment when the planet that I'm parked on goes inside the exclusion zone of a white dwarf, and it looks spectacular. And each time you zip round in an orbit, it's a little bit of a different scene. So highly recommend you look at those. And for those that have never been to Planet Death, the reason why it's called Planet Death is there's a high chance that you will die if you don't know what you're doing. good. Yeah, not often you get a chance to find a stream, Jules. Well, yeah, I understand what that is. I don't always get time to do them. I am planning on doing a schedule though, so I can get a bit more organised. I've been messing around with my setup. I may have the opportunity of a VR headset soon as well, so that'll make it more interesting. And then I think I'll have all the tools I need to start a regular stream on different things. So I did promise that, and I am promising that when we get to the bottom of the galaxy, we will have a look at some other alternative builds for an Anaconda, such as a multi-role that you can use to explore, but have all the tips that you may possibly need and tools should you find something of interest. And that's the other downside of the build that I'm flying now. I don't have all of the tools that I would like in terms of finding new things, such as phenomena that are out here that you can interact with. But the bonus of this ship build is I can go lower than any other ship, pretty much, barring a old legacy Anaconda with extra lightweight sensors. But we're talking only about, what, half a light year to at best an absolute maximum of 1 light year, if they've had a super mega god roll before they changed engineering. So this is as good as it gets if you've just recently purchased Elite Dangerous, or you've been playing and never engineered a sensor and got a good god roll. Alrighty. It's a neutron star after neutron star. How many jumps to go? Oh, that's great. Can't actually see. It seems to be making a sideways jump to a next neutron star, which will no doubt then give us a big boost down to the next star. Actually, I just thought I need to be careful. So I'm not thinking straight. Now, this is the other risky thing. I just realised that what I'm doing here is I'm jumping deeper and deeper down into the galaxy, lower, whichever way you want it, further away from the galactic plane. As I do that, there is a chance that, for example, this neutron star could take me beyond the point of return, which is not a good place to be. Look how dark it is now. So I'm going to check the galaxy map before I have to kill myself live, because I can't actually get back. This is where you have to be a bit careful. I'm glad I thought of that. Okay, so what I'm looking for is to ensure... Was there any other bodies here? High metal. Oh, there's only one. Should we quickly scan it? Put our name on it. Oh, it's ringed as well. Very nice. Okay. Let's see what the system looks like. There we go. Oh look, no one's been here before. Surprise, surprise. Oh, someone has actually. Alderim. Well done, sir. Right then, anyway, let's go into the galactic map and just see how far down we are right now, because we have to be careful. In fact, have we reached our end point? We have, haven't we? Okay. So I can certainly get back up, but now the challenge is, can we go lower and actually get back? This is where we have to be a bit careful. What we really ideally want to see is a jump to another neutron star to ensure we can get back. What is that there? Wow, that is very, very far. Oh, in actual fact, how far is that? 342. I currently have 294 range. Really? Why? Ah, that must have been a dwarf. What's going on here? A neutron star should give me a greater jump range. And what is going on here? Something weird's happening. Why have I only got 294 jump range? Hey Jules, yes, how to get back again? Almost did that on the return trip from Distant Worlds 2, yeah. You have to be careful. Something's not right here. Why is my jump range only 294 light years? What is going on? I don't think I switched my Guardian frame shift booster back on, did I? I think that's what it is. Oh my word. It's been one of those days, hasn't it? Let's switch that on and see how that changes things, shall we?
Capacity exceeded.
Ah, dear, oh dear. Right, let's wait for that to activate and see how that looks. I was starting to get really worried there. I thought I'd really messed up. Now then, now that I've switched that back on, do I have to re-scoop? Oh no, there we go. Right, I've now got 336 light years. Phew, I thought I'd somehow damaged my ship. Right, okay, let's go back into the galaxy map. That would have been less jumps to get down here as well. Now, let's see. A neutron star would be nice. Great. Okay, we can definitely do 110 light years further and be able to return. That's the important bit, is getting back. Okay, that's not got a neutron star in it, so we ain't coming back from there. Where else are these leading to? Is this a neutron star? Come on. It looks like a neutron star. Yes, it is. It's a neutron star and a scoopable star in the same system. Always handy. And that's just a neutron star. This one's looking like the winner. Obviously what we're trying to do here is get as low as possible on the galactic plane. There is another one here that may be a bit lower, but I can't come back from that star. I will be stuck here forever. Oh, hello. Yeah, I don't think that one's going to be achievable. Is that a black hole there as well? Oh wow. And this is the problem you see when you get down this far. There's a nice system here, a black hole, 2 black holes and a neutron star. Ooh, a neutron star, he says. I wonder, I might be able to make that. Which will get me 3,219 light years below the galactic plane. That's low. How low can you go? And this is where you start setting yourself a challenge now. So how can I reach that? So ideally I want to find, let's go back to where we are, a neutron star somewhere close to there. Where's my closest neutron star? What's that one? See, this is how it works, kids. We're talking deep space exploration. I won't be able to reach it from there because there's no neutron star. What have we got here? Yes, it's Commander Mate Nutter breaking the game so you don't have to. That looks like a neutron star. There we go. And there is a scoopable star as well. So let's jump to there and see how we get on. My maps is already saying probably won't be able to reach it, but this is a good starting point. So let's go to there. Again, you always have to bear in mind that you have to come back. So let's jump to that star for now. Remember, there are a couple of stars that are really far down, and I'm going to see if I can get. Now that black hole might be my only chance of getting back, if I can get close enough to it. Now what I'll do on this one, I'll scoop up a boost and then fly away from the neutron star.
System scan complete.
How far away is that? That's 14,000 light years. And then I'll just keep travelling away from it a bit, so I can show you how the sky, if you like, or how the galaxy looks now we're this low down. At the moment we're getting a lot of light pollution from the neutron star, so we need to make sure we move away as much as possible. So we're supercharged. Let's fly directly down and away from the neutron star. That might be one of those stars. Right, let's go back to the galactic map and see how we're doing. Where can we get from here? Ooh. So we can get down there. No neutron star. Okay. It's down there. It's the same one. Interesting. What's that over there? No neutron star there, so that's not going to help us. That's a neutron star. That's a neutron star. But that is taking us away from that black hole that I spotted. But looking at it, we're not going to reach it from here anyway. See, that's the star I first spotted. 495 light years away from where we are now. Oh, no, there's another one there. I wish those labels would go away. Wow. That's a busy system. 3 O-class stars. And then there's another one from there. Can we then maybe get over to this system? Nope. Think again, think again, think again. It's not got a neutron star in it. I'm not thinking ahead. We can't do that. We won't come back alive. Well, we won't come back, full stop. Let's see if I can locate that. Oh, hello. That's a neutron star. Why is that not showing up? Let's just select that a minute. Where are we now? Where are we? Oh, we're over there. Okay, so this is definitely a lot further down. It's a neutron star. It takes us to 2,895 light years below the galactic plane. Is that where we want to head? There is... No, just around here, not far from here, was a black hole system with a neutron star, if I remember rightly. Look at that, 3,000! That's the magic number, isn't it? To get 3,000 light years below the plane. Which I could probably do if I move towards the core more, but we are where we are at the moment. And everyone likes an extreme challenge. Let's see. It's not a star system by the looks of it. It could be just background galaxies or something. Yeah. Alright. Hey, whilst we're looking around, is anyone going to Fantasticon? I wonder. I am considering going. It's not too far away from me. It's about an hour and a half in the car. About an hour on the motorbike. Yes, Nutter has a motorbike. Now then. No, none of those are floating my boat at the moment. So I think we might be heading over to that one that I targeted and see where we can get to from this neutron star. Did like there was another star around there. There. Cool. What you got? Oh, it's just a black hole, which we could technically reach from that star, and it would take us down to the magic 3,000 light years below the galactic plane. But guess what? I won't come back. Not unless I can find another neutron star nearby. So let's make a jump to this one. Let's do that. Now, before we make that jump, let's have a look at the galactic plane now. In fact, let's do an outside view. Hello, outside view. Thank you. Okay, here we are then. So, are you ready to see what the galactic core looks like now? With this low down? So I'm guessing that is the outer edges there. But if we swing that round, now you get to see the galactic core from nearly 3,000 light years below the galactic plane. And when you find destinations like this, you know the next thing you need to find as an explorer. Oh, that's extremely hard. Must be the local star. You need to find a planet. Yeah, and hopefully one that you can land on. Or at least for a dramatic scene. But there we go. That's how it looks now. We're this far down in the galactic plane. And I think it looks great. Alrighty, let's jump in our ship. Make that jump to the next neutron star. Dynamics. How you doing? And thanks for your words of encouragement. Good luck finding a planet. Let's go and have a look. Let's see what we find at this neutron star. Now when you're doing this extreme exploring to the very edges of the galaxy, you do have to bear in mind how much fuel you've got. Will you be able to make the next jump? And if you do, will you be able to come back? It really is a bit of a challenge. Of course, you can go deeper. I think I found a planet, by the way, Dynamics. We'll have a look in a sec. You can use materials to get a maximum frame shift drive boost. But it won't be as much as a neutron star. But it might give you more options about going deeper and deeper, or lower and lower, or higher, wherever you are in the galaxy. So it does give you those options, and I do like to get as far as possible. Right, let's see what we've got. High metal content. There she blows. It's a landable as well. That's right, the Dynamics, good old Jumponium. There's some... wouldn't it be nice if there was biological? I bet there's not going to be biological. Geological. Ugh. Let's look at magma. Never mind. Let's just scan the other one while we're here. That's not it. There she blows.
System scan complete.
There we go. So we did find 2 planets. That's always nice. Has anyone been here before? No. Uncharted territory. Coming soon. Alrighty. So, let's see where else we can go on the galactic map. Where can we go from here? We have a boost. Oh, okay. Well, we can go to this system, and I can jumponium back away from it. Is that a black hole? Okay, neutron star and 2 dwarfs. Another neutron star. So there's lots of options here that we might be able to delve deeper in the galaxy, but it's looking for that next jump. Now there's a star down there. And that's just that black hole. Hang on. That black hole is only... he says it's only now 189 light years. And that is the magic 3000 light years. Yeah. And that makes totally geo. Always, eh? Okay, so let's get 3000 light years below the galactic plane. To be accurate, 3034. Now, I can get back from here because I can use jumponium, I believe. Let's just double check that before we make the jump. We go into infantry. So jumponium. Yeah, okay, so I've got 27 available, so I've got plenty of that, which will double my distance. 2 8 16. I'm not sure if I can get back, actually. I need to be so careful. I have got a spreadsheet. My jump range, I can get. Well, I've just boosted, so I can totally get there. Me normal jump range is 84.17 light years max. So now I've got a feeling that I shouldn't make this jump because I won't be coming back. Always my calculations off. This is where I need my spreadsheet. I need my spreadsheet for this one. I think my best boosted range is... yeah. That's the one. 168. Thank you, Dynamics. Saves me getting my calculator out. So... yeah, I nearly foolishly jumped to this system. I wouldn't have got back. Let's go back to the star galaxy map, shall we? See, this is the risks of deep space exploration. You need a calculator and keep an eye on your fuel. Now, I did see a neutron star. If I can try to get a bit closer, like here. If we look at that, that is right above. I got a feeling from there I might be able to do it. Now I just to make sure I don't run out of fuel. So I'm determined to get 3000 light years down. No, that's not where I want to. Is that the neutron star I just targeted? I have to be so careful. No, it's not. Oh, come on. This game's trying to get me killed. See the tension? Can you feel the tension? Right. Where is that neutron star gone? It was out over this way somewhere. I think that might be it. I can scoop from that as well. Let's have a look. That's not the one that was directly above it. I think it was that one. But I can also get fuel. Is that another star there? See, I can get fuel from this system as well. Not that one. The other one. I think we're nearly there with that. That's 126. I'm comfortable with that. I can't get fuel from there, and I can't get fuel from there. How much fuel have I got left? Let's just mark that one. Oh, okay. Now I've got enough fuel. Right. Okay. Let's see how we get on. Jules, a spreadsheet. This is getting serious. Yeah, dying out here is serious, Jules. This is where you need a spreadsheet to make sure you can come back alive. Yeah, the dynamics. We're definitely heading into environment versus environment, or nutter versus calculator versus not coming back from this trip. And I'd like to come back from this trip. So
System scan complete.
let's do a boost off of this. Now the reason I'm doing a boost off of this is because I haven't seen any scoopable stars where I'm heading. I'm going to do a boost, that way I don't use much fuel. See, there's a reason behind my madness. Is that the only thing here? Yeah. Right. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to the galactic map. Where is this black hole now? Should be directly below us somewhere. 144. Yeah, I should have paid attention in maths, you're right. Look at that. Look at that jump line. Straight down. What's over here as well? Let's have a quick look. It's another neutron star. Nothing scoopable there. Don't think that's going to take me to anything else down here. I think we've run out of stars. Have we? That's background. I think we've run out of stars, people. But we have made it down to this black hole. What's that over there? No, that's background. I think this is it, people. This is the jump. Right, let's double check. 144 light years. Hey, I like that dynamics. I really like that. 400. Oh, sorry, I'll do it in the film intro voice. 400 billion stars. One man, one ship. No more stars. Coming soon. Right, there we go. That was for you, dynamics. Hope you enjoyed that. Right, okay. Here we go. A man into the unknown. Will he return? Will he run out of fuel? No, I think we'll be fine, actually. Famous last words. Right, we're off to a black hole, everyone. Hang on. A black hole at the bottom of the galaxy. Actually, I think there's some irony in that. And that's it. To infinity and... Oh, that's about it, really. Why is it glowing? Why was the black hole glowing then? It shouldn't be glowing. Okay, so this is what happens when you jump to a black hole. You have a black hole in front of you. Right, let's scan. Come on, please be a planet. Please be a planet. Come on.
System scan.
Oh, another star. It can't be a normal star. or a main sequence star because it didn't show any galaxy map. Or did it? Hey, Quantum 6. 336 light years. Oh yeah. Is that with synthesis? No, it's with a neutron star boost. We'll have a bit of fun with this black hole actually. I'm just going to fly past it. I forgot to engage my eye tracker, but never mind. That's quite a big black hole. Hang on a minute. Let's just go. How big is that? Okay, 8 solar masses, not that big. Big-ish. But we do have a ringed star next to it. Not that I can get any fuel from it, but it might make for a nice view. So let's just come round that. Oh, I don't like it when I haven't got my eye tracking on. So let's do an outside view a second. Actually, show you what the galaxy looks like this far down. So we are now over 3,000 light years directly below the galactic plane. Let's have a look around. So that is where are we? No, it's the galactic there. So that's basically straight down. And there are no stars. There's a galaxy over there, and well, there's quite a few galaxies actually, as you can see. I'm not sure about the dust. I don't know what that's doing there. Metallic clouds. What's that bright light? That's got to be the other star. What? Oh, I wonder what that was then. It's the black hole. I was going to say, something's moving. That's the black hole. Right there. They do look quite stunning when you're this low down. And what we can do is we can fly right up to it. In terms of my build though, to answer your question, Quantum 6, my ship build looks a little bit, let's just switch out of there a second and show you my ship build. Sorry about this, I need to change my bindings. Let's switch that off and come out that view, and I should be able to show you my ship build. In fact, I need to update it anyway because it's not entirely right. So let's show you. Correless, this is my ship build. But to be more accurate, I do have some auto field maintenance units on it as well. I think they're most 6A. It doesn't really matter anyway. They're switched off most of the time. Although I am going to need them now because I've done a lot of neutron star boosting. That's my ship build there. If I just switch those modules off. Don't need cargo hatch. There we go. So that's my build. Don't worry about the boost. There's a reason behind that, and the speed. It's because I've doctored some 4D drives onto it. But yeah, 84.17 light years standard. And with a neutron star boost gives you the jump ranges stated in the stream. Yeah, and that's as much as you can get out of a ship using the current technology within the game, is the best way to put it. Alrighty, so let's have a spin around. So we've still got plenty of fuel at the moment. That's what the galactic plane looks like when you're that far below it. Let's go and have a look at this other star though. How far away is it? Hopefully not too far away. And it's got a ring around it, so let's have a quick jaunt in that direction. I would use Super Cruise Assist, but I don't really trust it on stars. Just seeing where we are now. So yeah, I really can't see any more stars around where we are. And that's where we are, right below the galactic plane. Oh, hey up. Is that... it's back round. Oh, that's not there. 288 light years. Now we're close to those actually. But I ain't gonna make that 288 light years. And that would get you 3,100 light years below. Ain't no one going there. There's just no stars to assist. Let's just see where we are. This star should have a ring round it. No DSS. You mean as in DSS? That's FSS. DSS. Oh, actually, whilst we're here, let's show you the black hole. That's not the black hole, is it? It's behind us now. I've never scanned a black hole this far down. See if it makes a different noise. Listen carefully. Oh, sorry, thank you for telling me about the scene. Let me switch that off. In fact, if I'm doing that, let me just come back out of there a minute so I can show you. Right, here we go, let's take that off. Thanks for telling me about this scene. Schoolboy era. Yeah, thanks, Quantum. It's been a long day today. You should have the stream back now. And what I was going to show you is that bare bones, no aircon and no CD player. Yeah, surface scanner. I can't use that at the moment because I'm out of range. There is one. But what I wanted to show you is what a black hole looks like through the FSS scanner, hence all the confusion. Yeah, Dynamics, you know, the scanner now comes as standard. So yeah, so you get that as standard. And I'm thinking a detailed surface scanner, did they make that weightless? Got me thinking now. Detailed surface scanner. Yeah, that's right. Detailed surface scanner means that's why I haven't got it showing on my build. I've been lazy, sorry. Obviously I do have one because you can see it in game. I need to update my build with that info, shouldn't I? Right, that's right, now I'll save that. Right, anyway, back to the game. Black holes. Using the FSS scanner. I don't know if you've seen this before, but that's the black hole, and you can actually scan that. No, hang on a minute, that's one, we want two. That's behind us, my scanner moved. Check this out on a black hole. What do you think, if you haven't seen it before? Tell you what, I'll turn the game volume up so you can hear this, hang on. So that's the noise you get from a black hole. And the animation as well. Interesting, eh? I don't know how the sound mixes at the moment. I don't know if that's better anyway, just with the sound at that level for the game. But yeah, black holes, interesting, eh? Okay. Right, so let's quickly nip over to this star. Yeah, if I show you the Corylus build sheet now, I remember to switch it off afterwards. Let's have a look. So that looks better now. I put the detailed surface scanner on, which weighs nothing, hence why, I mean obviously you can engineer it, but that doesn't affect your total jump range. I've got my AMFUs, auto field management units on there as well, and that is definitely my build now. It should be an exact mirror of what I have. Oh no, it's not actually, I'll tell a lie. I've got Super Cruise Assist. Where are they? There we go, Super Cruise Assist, and I also have a docking computer. Not that I trust it, but I fitted it all the same. Either, they don't weigh any different. And all you do then is you just adjust your power accordingly, of course, just by switching things on and off. And that is the build right there. That is my build. Talking of that, did you catch the part of the stream where I explained how to get... Oh, that star's looking nice. Let's switch back away from that build a minute. Just thought I'd show you this. Did I explain, or did you catch in the stream, how I explained how to get the Class 4 drives? Hey, Ragu14, thank you very much for following. I really appreciate that. Looks nice. Where's the shadow coming from there? What is going on there? It's a bit weird. And welcome to 3,000 and something light years below the galactic plane, and this is what it looks like. Where is that shadow coming from? That is really bizarre. It's a pretty hefty ring too. It's being a bit weird. That just looks weird, doesn't it? Because we're so far down, everything's kind of like an optical illusion. Out of range. How close do we need to get? Oh, I need to highlight it, don't I? That would help. Let's have a bit of fun here.
Surface scan complete.
Oh. Has it found a hotspot? Where is it? Can't see it. Let's come out of there. Oh, hang on. There it is. There's a hotspot. Hang on, what's that? There's two hotspots. Well, make your mind up. Did it find one or two? It found a few. Okay, it's just not registering properly. Anyway, now what I was going to do, I was going to go into, without cooking myself, just thought you might like to see what it's like in an asteroid field, or in a ring close to a star, with the galactic plane in the background. I should really think about the best location really for that. Let's come around this way. There we go, let's go with that. Give you a good contrast. How's the temperature looking? 59. 61. I think we'll be alright. What's the worst can happen? Oh, that's right, yeah, we get too hot and explode. Okay, let's dip in here and see what we find. Pretty. Obviously you have to be careful because I have no shields. I have no boost. I do have lights though, which I'm going to need, I think. Alright, good news on the hotspots. Right, I'm just going to concentrate that it only counts as one object. I always thought it counted as more than one, as in points of interest. Right. And just make sure I don't hit a rock here. And just try and get a view that looks nice. And of course, this is so dangerous because, as you notice, as I get lower beneath these rocks, if I look up, I'm not going to see them. They just disappear. Because it is, well, that is the galaxy up there, basically. Now I can't see any rocks. Oh god, this is spooky. Let's get some. I'll put my lights on. Doesn't make any difference. Just have to be really careful about. Yeah. Careful that I don't run into one, right? Okay. Now where's that star? Okay, that highlights them a bit better. So there's a view for you there. I do need to be careful though, because like I say, I don't have any shields. But that's a view from a ring in a system with a black hole. You can kind of make them out with the thruster glare, which is a kind of a bit of a glitch really. But you kind of see them there as well. So yeah. Kind of a nice view. Little outside view. Oh yeah, forgot the ship's a bit warm as well. So that's how it looks. In a black hole system. 3,000 light years below the galactic plane. Look at that down there, that is just pitch black, and there's a rock there as well. And those are galaxies you see there, not stars. Because we're so far down, and the galactic plane is above us, which is up here, and that over there looks like the core of the galaxy. Okay, right, now then, I did promise you how to get the 4D thrusters. MAX is here to save the game again. Night vision. Yes, I could put those on, that would save the day, wouldn't it? But before we put night vision on, I did promise to show how to get 4D thrusters on a Anaconda, so let's do that now. So let's change the view for you. Make sure my ship's not going anywhere. Okay, so now you can see Carlos. Right, let's save this build. 1 second, it is saved, good. Right, let me just strip it down to a basic build. Empty all that. And I will put on 5D thrusters for now. Okay. So when you're in Corylus and you're at this point, if you try to put 4D thrusters on, it says no go. Yep. And if you do put them on, it tells you that you won't be able to move. Now the trick is that you find another ship. Essentially you build an Anaconda to this standard with your weight saving engineering. So everything is lightweight. Yep. Overcharged power plant, 2D, stripped down. Obviously the frame shift drive is increased range with mass manager. Hey Commander Bays, thank you for hosting my stream. I appreciate it, dude. Much appreciated. So In terms of the build, we've got then the 5D live support, which is lightweight, grade 5. Then the power distributor, lowest possible 1D. It doesn't matter what you really choose here, but I go with charged enhanced because it doesn't increase the mass, and again strip down. And then your fuel tank, which you can leave at 5C. But the difficult part comes in, and what everybody asks is, how do you get the 4D thrusters on? Well, there's a secret. Equip another ship that will take a 4D thruster, okay, something like an ASP or something like that. Take it to an engineer and get him to engineer it for you, one level on clean drives. So essentially you choose engineering level 1 on clean drives. Make sure you take that to the very maximum of that size of upgrade, so class 1. Don't be tempted to try and engineer it to clean 5, okay, because every time you engineer it, you'll notice that the optimal mass, if the description would stay there, I'll just try and show you again. So no matter which you choose, whether it be clean or dirty, as you increase your engineering, the optimal mass that you can see up there, I can't point to it because if I move my pointer it moves off, but there it's 3% minus. If I upgrade it more, it becomes -5, and then -8, -10, right the way up to -13, which makes it more and more difficult to fit the drives onto the ship. Just need to bring my chat into view a second. So that's that first described. You'll find the same with clean. Optimal mass -2, -4, -6. So I'm not even watching the screen at the same time. -6, -8, and -10. So the secret is you take it to an engineer. This is a different ship, not your Anaconda, a ship that will take a class 4 thruster with no problems, and engineer it to clean level 1 max. You do that so that you can then apply the special effect, and the special effect that you need to add is drive distributors. Doing that increases your optimal mass by 9.8%, which is enough for the Anaconda to fly. And as if by magic, when I choose that, you'll now see that the ship will fly. And that's how you get 4D thrusters on an Anaconda. From there, once you've got them fitted, you essentially create a locked down Anaconda. Now something else that we need to do whilst we're here, obviously, is you'd have your Guardian frameshift drive booster, which is down here somewhere, because that weighs as well. But you can see you can have it. It only weighs 1.3 tons, yeah, which is what you're going to get away with that special effect on your thrusters, which is the drive distributors. That 9.8 allows you to fit the 5H Guardian frameshift booster as well, which gives you an extra 10.5 light years. And if you look at our jump range now, you'll see we're almost at maximum, 84.11. The secret is, once you've fitted these 4D thrusters to the Anaconda, if you now go for, and I would recommend, go for dirty drives. So now you take your Anaconda with the 4D thrusters to your engineer. You can do remote engineering, of course, but you will need to go ideally to an engineer that does drives, remote engineering it if needed up to level 5 with dirty drives, and then that final piece de resistance is you then do the experimental effect of strip down, and that's how you get the magic 84.17 light year. Jump range Anaconda. When you do that modification, when you engineer it to max dirty and the strip down, it does achieve the maximum range, but look what happens to the build. It breaks. However, Elite Dangerous allows you to still fly that ship. You end up with a locked build, and that Anaconda will not allow you to do anything with it, and it becomes very frustrating if you want to try and do anything additional to the Anaconda once it gets to this point. So before you lock the build down, obviously make sure you've got your 7A fuel scoop, or I could in fact just load my max range Anaconda again. So the very last thing you do once you've got all of this stuff fitted, so your detailed surface scanner, your Super Cruise Assist if you want it, it makes no difference whether you have it or not, advanced docking computer if you want it, the 5H Guardian frameshift drive, some field maintenance. Remember, we need to repair our frameshift drive because we've been using neutron stars, and your 7A fuel scoop, which I recommend, fast scooping. Once you've got all that fitted, the last thing that you will do is your engineering to dirty class 5 with the stripped down modification, and this will give you the Max Jump Anaconda, a working build, which is what I'm flying right now. Glitch abuse dynamics, yeah. It's just being a little bit clever, I guess. But essentially, once you've got them strapped onto the ship, you can then engineer them, and it kind of then locks them in place. The only way you can get away from this build then is to go to a shipyard and switch the drives, the thrusters, to a larger size thruster. But it is finicky, and obviously if you fit bigger drives, you're not going to have enough power, so you have to change your power plant and so on and so forth. So it becomes a lot of jimmying around. But if you just bear in mind that if you want to do this with the least hassle and the least frustration, leave the 4D drives till last, upgrade them on a different ship, and take them to your stripped down Anaconda, which is waiting to receive them. That is the best way. And obviously to do that, you put your engineered drives into storage from your other ship, and then take them out of storage and apply them to your Anaconda. That's how it rolls. So that's how you get your Max Jump Anaconda. And I'll talk about some more builds in a minute. Let's just see whereabouts we are now in the galaxy though. So we're here outside of a ringed star, just over 3,000 light years. And what I can do now, because I need to, and well pointed out, is that I'm in the middle of a ring of a star at the moment, and you might be able just to make out that there are a lot of rocks floating around, and that's why it's always good to have night vision. So thank you for that reminder, because that could have had a nasty consequence. There we go. Yeah, it's like a minefield. Okay, but don't worry, we're not going to be doing mining. No, I have to be careful about where I go now, because I have no shields, and I need to get out of this ring around this star. That looks like a good direction to go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's fly out in this direction. And of course the heat fins are up because I am actually right next to a star. And we say farewell to the asteroid ring. So there we go. That is us at the bottom end of the galaxy. I think what we will do now is have a look at where we can go from here. And hopefully, yeah, we can get back out of here. I don't think we can get any lower now. We are as low as you can go. And obviously we need to get back out alive. Where is the nearest star anyway? I guess we've got to go back the way we came, right? What's that one there? 157. An interesting place. It's a place I can get fuel from, that's for sure. I wish I could get over to that one there, but it's not going to happen. It's too far away. Not enough jump range, would you believe? 144. Let's go back this way. So now I'm going to have to use my synthesis to get out of here, because I've jumped that far down. And there is nowhere else of interest. So let's get back out of this situation now. Let's get to safety before we get stuck down here and die. So 144 light years. We want to go there. I would like to go back out a different way if I could. Let's do a synthesis and see how much range we get. It all depends on how much fuel I've got, of course. So let's see. Premium. Here we go. GTA. When was the last time you was in the bubble? Hello, by the way, and welcome to the stream. Well, it depends which account I was using. This account hasn't been in the bubble for... good question. Probably at least a year. He was out exploring for a long time and came back to Colonia to do some engineering to make this MAX JUMP Anaconda that I'm flying in now. And talking of which, I just see how much range I've got now. 165. I think that means we can reach that other star, which would be nice. Yeah, but this one's been away from the bubble for probably at least a year. And it's spent a lot of time. I feel like I'm talking about it in my third person. This account has been used to do very detailed analysis of planet death. Yes, I can make that start and get fuel as well. Let's do that. Because I wanted to be able to do a guide that would allow everybody to be able to land on planet death without dying. Which, without having the knowledge, it's very easy to die. I lost many ships doing all my science on it, deliberately in some cases, and unexpectedly in others, due to the weird stuff that happens on planet death. So yeah, this account has been out here for a long time. My other account is actually in the Witch Head Nebula at the moment, which is pretty close to the bubble. In terms, if you're an explorer, that's close to the bubble. Now, what did I come in here to do? Actually, sure. I think I should just... Oh, that's right. I'll turn this night vision off. That's what I want to do. Yeah, that's a good question. Thanks for that. And JTA, do you are you playing Elite at the moment? Are you near the bubble? Are you thinking about buying Elite? How is that situation panning out for you? Right, okay, let's make this jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Don't need the lights on. Ooh, ho, ho, gonna jump through the ring. Nearly. It's gonna get warm. Yeah, exactly. And it's Witch Head is just down the road. It's literally not very far at all.
Temperature critical.
Of course, if you're an explorer, it's that way. If you've not really gone outside of the bubble, I suppose, anyway, it seems like a long way.
Complete.
Let's just get a boost. And I also need to repair my frameshift drive because I have been boosting on a few neutron stars, and it'll probably start to get glitchy very soon.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
85%. Probably going to drop even lower in a minute.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Taking its time boosting. 85, is that going to change? Still 85. Well, we can repair it in a minute. Also, there's a star here.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating
Oh,
beyond
right,
safety
calm down.
limits.
We're moving out of the way. Where's that star? Oh. I ain't going all that way to fuel scoop. Right, where are we going from here then? See, now we can head back up, I guess. So this is where we are right now. My other account is over in the Witch Head Nebula, which is right here essentially. So not far away at all from the bubble in terms of distance, whereas obviously this is a lot further away from the Witch Head Nebula. In fact, I think I'm actually further away from the Witch Head Nebula, just directly down on the galactic plane. I'm 3,000 light years below the galactic plane, and I guarantee the Witch Head Nebula is not even anywhere near 3,000 light years away from Sol. That puts it into perspective, really. Yeah, definitely, guarantee it. Hey, GTA. Yeah, I've had a leap for maybe a year. Went to Sag A for Distant Worlds 2 and helped a bit with the community goals. Went back after mining. Rush, and I've got into some PvE combat. Yeah. It's about 1,400. Okay, Namix, thanks for that. So I am more than twice as far away from the Witch Head from Sol, but just by being directly down in the galactic plane, if that makes sense. Some people might see the galaxy sort of laterally, just like straight line, but I'm actually right down here somewhere. As you can see, that's puts it all in perspective. And I'm over here, actually. He says, diving down to the bottom of the galaxy. There we go. And then you can just see where we've come from down there, which was that black hole system, which had a little star with a ring round it. So from here we can quickly get to wherever we want to go from here now. How far is Colonia from here? So, see, I could show you. Would you like to see the highest nebula in the game? It's stunning actually, because it's so dark and it disappears. It's a glitchy nebula, and I need to find it. It's around. It shouldn't take long to get to with this ship because it is my MAX JUMP Anaconda. I'm not sure where I've marked that system. There's something that I want to go to at some point, obviously. How far away is that? Not today. Let's have a look. Where is the highest nebula? Is that it there? If it is, that's even further than that black hole I was looking at. Nope, that's not what I'm interested in. That's a popular system actually that I haven't been to in this account yet. Right, let me try and locate this nebula that I know is hanging around here somewhere. It glitches, so it doesn't always show up, which is why not everybody's been to it. And according to the discovery tags, I think I was the first person to find it originally. Then I publicised it. It's definitely not that. You've just got to get the right zoom level and appear. It's very glitchy. Let's see if we can get it to show up. See, that's still below the galactic plane. We want to be up high. So somewhere, oh, it's getting close to it. I'm sure that's not it. Reveal yourself, you mysterious nebula. I know it's out here somewhere. I'm pretty sure that's not it. Let's see how high up we are. Oh, that may be it actually. That might be the one. Yeah, it's 2,000 light years. Oh yeah, I think that may be it actually. Or is it the one next to it? Where's that other one gone? There it is. That's the high one that always disappears. It's disappeared again. Come on. I know you're here somewhere. If I can get it to show up, I'll tell you where it is so you can go and take a look. I'll tell you now that these nebula that are really high or low in the galactic plane are great to go and look at because there's no pollution from the galaxy in terms of light, so they do look really cool. Definitely worth a visit. Lemon Slice Nebula. I'm gonna have a look at that one in a minute. As soon as I can get this nebula to show itself. That sounds like a planetary nebula to me. Dynamics, would that be true? Is it a planetary nebula? Okay, we also, there it is. See that? There it is. Stay. No, it's gone. How can I make it stay there? Let's try and just head towards it. It should show up. Come on. Yes, gotcha. Right, don't you disappear again. Right, I'm going to mark it so that I don't forget. I wish they'd fix our bookmarking system as well. Right, there we go. Right, let's find a star near the top of this. And bookmark it. Let's find one a bit more interested in that. Go for that one there. Bookmark. Right. Now we won't lose it again. So, Lemon Slice. It's a planetary nebula. Yeah, that's cheating. Let's have a look for it though. Oh, it's a bit far away. 3... No. 2,000. Is that reachable? Doesn't look like that's reachable, is it? Doesn't look like it is. That's the information on it. M7. Yeah, it's not reachable. Yeah, it doesn't look like it is. I can't see any stars nearby. This is why we want this maximum jump range. It's not to get somewhere quickly. Oh, there's a star there, but that's I'm way too far away to investigate that. But that looks like more than 300 light years away. And it's not even a neutron star anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to be getting there anytime soon until we get our Thargoid witch space drives, of course, and then we'll be able to go wherever we want. Right, yeah. I've heard of the devs teleporting people to places just as a one-off during beta. Doesn't look like there's a lot going on there, but I'm guessing the viewer might be quite interesting. No idea if there are planets there. I would have been gutted if you got transported there as a one-off sort of like favour, and then all there was just a star. That'd be pretty bad. Really bad. Right. Okay, so let's get back to where we are now. I've shown you how to now fit the 4D thrusters on the Anaconda. I suppose what I could do is show you an example of an Anaconda multi-role Explorer that's still pretty damn decent in terms of range. Obviously, the build that I've showed you so far is one that's good for getting places, but not a lot else. I suppose what I could do is show you a build that's probably more usable. So yeah, so let's show you my just open up Corolus and I'll show you my not too shabby Conda Explorer multi-role ship. 69, you jumped in there too. 69? Okay. I'm going to show you my multi-role Anaconda Explorer. It might just have the edge on jump range, but then obviously, let's show you that. This is my multi-role Anaconda. So I'll explain it. Don't worry about the shields saying they don't work, they do. But essentially, as you can see, it's got a sort of all-round sort of power management, all engineered for lightweight and obviously power. But things to point out first of all, it's got an 80.39 light year jump range, which isn't too shabby. You can boost, which is also important for high G landings. Let's see, what else is there worth pointing out about this build that's useful to have for an exploration ship. So obviously the field maintenance unit is important. A collector limpet for collecting stuff that you may find. A fuel transfer limpet controller as well, so if you fancy doing a bit of fuel ratting, then you can. So you're going to need a fuel transfer limpet. Repair limpet controller as well, so you can repair damage that you may encounter by heavy landings on planets. Obviously an Explorer is always going to need a vehicle hangar, so it's got a vehicle hangar on it as well. Only one bay. Obviously if you want 2 bays you can add that, it just compromises on your jump range. Now I have found some stuff in deep space, not Thargoids but organic stuff, which did the same effect as Thargoid in terms of damage. So I've also fitted decontamination limpet as well, just in case I encounter more of those whilst I'm out in deep space. And I also have a research limpet controller for doing any research on any weird stuff I find out there. So as you can see from that there, it's an all-round Explorer. You can do pretty much everything with that. In terms of hard points, we've got a mining laser for obviously mining asteroids. You'll notice that I haven't bothered with a detonator or a charge weapon because there's no point mining void opals or any such thing out here, because it ain't gonna work. I'm just looking at my build. I think I see a problem. I see a problem with my build. There's no cargo. I've just spotted a problem with my build. Yeah, there we go. So we'll have to forego one of these useful additions for cargo, because without cargo we can't use limpets. So you'll have to pick and choose what you might want to swap out with cargo, whether it be, if you decide you don't want to be a fuel rat, then maybe that would be the one to remove. I could probably ditch the collector limpet if I wanted to be all-rounder, because I can collect stuff with the Anaconda without a collector limpet controller, potentially. and obviously the decontamination as well. If I've got repair, is there any point in using decontamination, because it does burn off eventually. So there you go, you have to make some choices around that. But back to the hard points. So mining laser, like I say, is for mining materials that you might need for jumponium. Plasma accelerator and railgun are both weapons that you can use for experiments with anything you might find. I'm just looking now. You saying I've got 16 tons cargo? Where does it say that? Cargo 16 tons. Where is it then? Why can't I see it? Am I missing something somewhere? Surface scanner, research, decontamination. Ah, I have. I'm such a numpty. No, there is nothing wrong with my build. Sorry. I'm having one of those days. No, I've got a corrosion resistant 16 tons of cargo. That's why. Thank you, Namix, as well. It's been a long day. So no, that is the perfect build then. Kind of for this particular role anyway. But yeah, I wanted to just talk about the weapons on the plasma accelerator and railgun. I've actually engineered them with plasma slug on both of those, and the reason that I've done that is that when you use railguns or plasma accelerators with plasma slug special effect, it uses fuel when you use those weapons. So when you are struggling to get between two systems and you're trying to balance your fuel and you need to dump some fuel, then fire off a few shots of that and you'll dump your fuel without having to wait for ages for it just to burn off naturally. And so that's why I've fitted those two weapons, because they act as fuel dump, and obviously they can act as weapons if I need them as weapons as well. But that's how I dump off fuel when I need to get a jump range just right for my next jump. And then in terms of utility mounts, I've just got a Xeno scanner for anything that I may find out there, and shutdown field neutralizer just in case some Thargoids come along and they want to try and neutralize my ship. And that is the build. If you like that build, I'll tell you what, I'll post it down below. How about that? Let's post that in the chat for you, so if you want to copy that exploration build, be my guest. And there we go. Have fun with that one. Okay. I have got other builds up here as well, but I'm sure you just didn't want to join just to look at the builds that I have, but there's a couple of examples there anyway. But not bad, eh? All-round exploration ship, doing just over 80 light years per jump. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. And of course, if you've got any questions about any other sort of ship builds that you might want to do, obviously just let me know and we can have a look on Corylus. Okay, so I think we should get back into the game and see where we are. No, I did highlight that nebula, didn't I? That is not it. I believe that is. So this is the highest full-size nebula that I know of in-game. And if we just plot a route to that. May take a little while because I'm so far down at the moment, but it's, and I'm going to say this, it's only 6,000 light years away, and you're probably thinking, oh my word, that's insane. It's not at all. It's not very far. Let's see. Have I ever found any Goid stuff that I needed the Xeno scanner for? I did, but at the time I didn't have a Xeno scanner, which was very frustrating. I'm not sure which account it was. I was right at the, yeah, we've actually made that. let me see if it was this account, because it was right at the very, as I would call it, the back end of the galaxy. Let's have a look over here. Is that it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I was right at the back of the galaxy with this account. In fact, I think this is the last star. And it was this last star as well. It was either this one or this one. Unfortunately, you can't see phenomena from the system map. Crazy camel. Oh, I hate it when it does that. It's gone all the way back. But anyway, let me just go back there quickly. So it was one of these systems at the back of the galaxy. This is the furthest, or the last star, essentially, at the back end of the galaxy. And that's Sol over here in the Witchhead Nebula. But yeah, this little group of stars here, there was an alien type thing that came out of a pod, and when you got close, I can't remember if it was just if you got, I think it was just when you got close to it, it squirted out the Thargoid acid, and it was called something like a Stolon pod. Let's have a look what's Namek saying. Oh, if it was in NSP, the Xeno wouldn't have worked. They only work on actual Thargoid ships currently. Oh, right, okay. You sure there's nothing out in any of these? Actually, I can show you. If I go to the codex, I can show you what it was. Because it was in that sector. Just check we're not going to run out of fuel. What's the next star jump? Because I am burning the fuel all the time, of course. Where's my next jump to? Okay, it's a B-class star. Let me just make this jump, and then we'll go into the codex, because I just don't want to run out of fuel. That wouldn't be a good day. I'm sure a fuel rack could rescue me, but it would be a bit embarrassing as a explorer to run out of fuel. Okay. Yeah, let's make this jump, then I'll show you what it was I found on codex. And that's the other thing, when we get in there, it frustrates me a little bit, the codex, because it doesn't really give you a full description. Okay, I made it with just enough fuel. Just scoop some fuel, let's say 43 bottles. Anything of interest? Not really. It's just scan one body, I guess. Now I've actually bothered to open the scanner. There you go, high metal. Thank you all. Right, anyway, yeah, let's go into the codex as we scoop fuel. We're not going to overheat, so that's good. Let's have a look. Codex, and I'll show you what it was I found. Discoveries. I think it's in the... No, it wasn't the Formidine Rift, it was in here. Biological, let's see if I can find it.
Fuel scooping complete.
It was these gyri pods. These squirt out acid, and they're found in the same location as these. And these are absolutely massive, and if you look back from my YouTube streams, you'll be able to see them, and they're ridiculously big. In fact, I could probably show you if I just share my screen on... I could do that, couldn't I? So anyway, if I just... Yeah, let me just stay on track for a second. So these are the ones that squirt the acid, like the Thargoid acid. Yeah, same stuff. But when you look, it doesn't actually tell you that. Observations, yeah. Locations found, systems with star type Y. It doesn't say, oh, by the way, they squirt acid at you and it damages your ship. But they do. And the confirmed location is here. So I can show you exactly where it was now. There. Oh. Okay, so it was a bit... I must have been on... Oh, no, that's right, because I did a loop round. So it was over here, sorry. So there you go. If you want to go and find them, they squirt acid and do some investigations and science on them, then come here. Yep, that is where to go. So you can look at this again on YouTube and pause it and type in the name. Job's a good one, and you'll be able to go and investigate that. If you're prepared to do the travelling, of course. Not everybody is. But it's right at the back end of the galaxy, that one. So yeah, that was that. In terms of those creatures, though, I can quickly find... If you bear with me 1 second, I should be able to share with you very quickly what they look like. Just go on a past stream. Videos. And those stolen pods are ridiculously huge. Let's see if I can find an example. Some anomalies. There we go. I'll just mute myself because you don't want to hear me twice. And I'll share this screen just to show you what they look like. So here we go. And what I will do is, well, there's some anomalies. I think this one, did it attack me? I was doing some strange close-ups. This isn't the one that was shooting acid, though. In fact, I think it was fairly safe. I'm sure I remember it damaging me, though. That's the outside camera view. So there's lots of interesting things to find there. You can see I'm in a it's a Crate Mark II, I think, or a Phantom, one of the two. But let me just show you how big these things are. Let's just rewind it. Right, okay. Let's just rewind that a bit more. So that's when you see them. When you see them and they're off in the distance over here, you think, wow, they're not very big. But when you get close in, they actually are. So what I'm doing here is that's a Crate Phantom. Yeah, it's a Crate Phantom. I'm putting my ship above it. But don't you think that they look a little bit like Thargoids? Like, you know, a brother from another mother kind of thing. They are absolutely massive. And that just gives you an example. So that's a Crate Phantom there, dwarfed by this. And it's got some quite gnarly teeth on it as well. Let's see if I can show you another one. Right, get close up. Yeah. And these have two different states. One side's open and one side's closed, tightly closed. And obviously I'm experimenting it with different weapons. I'm not trying to kill it, you know. But obviously in Elite Dangerous, pretty much the only options you've got there is to shoot. Yeah, so that's those. So there are some really interesting creatures to discover. Obviously that's not the one where I found the acid creatures. Might be on another stream. Anyway, that's one out there. It's out there, kids, if you look for it. But yeah, I totally agree as well, Dynamics. I really do think that these are based on Thargoid. You know, it may be that the Guardians or whoever discovered these out in the depths of space and modified them and turned them into these drones that are now Thargoid ships. They've got very many similarities, and look how many there are as well. There's a lot of strange stuff that you can find in the Codex, or discover, you know, for the first time. In fact, I think I got in my other account I got one of these types of discoveries before. But yeah, they are big and they do damage your ship. As you can see, I'm already on 72% hull. But that was just through doing experimentations. And on the arms at the end, you see those like little pods. If it comes back into view again, excuse my noisy mouse, just pause it at a good point. At the end of these arms is a little pod, and you can go into different systems and you just see the pods floating around. And it was one of those pods. If I go back to Elite Dangerous now, and into the codex, it was one of these pods that have obviously broken off one of those giant tree things. So that's what you were just looking at, the Stolon pod, yeah. And the Groi pod, yeah, is the same thing as what you saw attached to the end of these spikes. And therefore, that's interesting. My mouse pointer is looking different on the stream as opposed to what you can see. Interesting. Anyway, don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, these are the Rosium Grypod thing. These are the ones that squirt the acid, and they are attached to the Stolon pod, but they don't physically see them come off. I've tried shooting them off and everything, but they're two separate entities, and that's probably just the way that it's been designed at the moment in game. But yeah, there's loads of weird, interesting stuff out there that you can go look for. If you want to go and find something that's already been discovered, if you see something interesting, you just need to go to the codex, choose a sector that takes your interest. I mean, we're here at the moment, and then you go to xenological. I've got guardian structure stuff out here. I don't know what that's doing out this far. Interesting. Biological. All these weird and wonderful things you can go out and take a look at, yeah. And each sector's normally got something a little bit different in it, and obviously a repeat of the same stuff as well. So there we go. That's the codex. And do you know what I think the codex is? It's basically a sticker book. And you've got to collect them all, right? So the idea is to make them so that there's nothing rumoured. Not that they've used this yet, that's rumoured. The little 3-dot icon. Unfortunately, you can't see my pointer for some reason on the stream. I'm still not sure why it's doing that, but yeah. Anyway, there's 3 different classes. There's rumoured. There's I think it's then discovered and then confirmed. I've confirmed all of those. That's not a good example. So yeah, confirmed, reported. So reported is when another commander finds them. Confirmed is when you found them, and the one that we haven't seen yet in game is one called rumoured, and the point of that is to sort of hint at stuff that no one's found before. If people are struggling to find something, it's like a helping hand, but we've not seen that implemented in game yet. And there we go. So obviously you've tuned in to watch a stream. What are you interested in? What would you like to see? Would you like to see some more ship builds? Would you like to see me go up and take a look at that nebula? The choice is yours. We're just heading back up towards the middle of the galaxy now. So yeah, Namex is Guardian Ruins out there. Yeah, I've not been to see them. Is there anything different about them from all the other ones we've found, or is it just more of the same? My frame shift time should be pretty much nearly ready for repair. 7 bodies. No, it's the same as the others, is it?
Operating drive
Yeah,
operating
fair enough.
beyond safety
Is there any
limits.
blueprints out there, or is it just basic
Freight ship
structures?
drive supercharged.
Not that I think anyone would, I don't know why I bother going into that. Not that anyone would want one of those, wouldn't it? No, nothing just floating my boat there.
Frame shift drive charging.
Oh right, basic ruins, so you just get the data scans, I guess. Well, Namix, you are a font of knowledge tonight. I take it you've been playing Elite for quite some time.
4, 3, 2.
A tiny bit. I just noticed as well, I just caught up on the chat there, you got a first on the coral snake surface sites in the Hawkins Gap region. Check you out. I've got a few claims to fame as well. For example, if you go to the Codex and look up supermassive black hole, guess whose name's on it? That's right.
Frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive supercharged.
Also got the Earthlight world for the core as well. So that show you. I think it's nice that you can put things on the galaxy. I wasn't expecting this one though. If I go to the Galactic Center, I just happen to be supermassive black hole reported by Bloody Nutter. How ridiculous is that? I mean, everyone's known about it for ages, but yeah, there she blows. And I've got my name on it. Weird. And also, I think I found an Earthlight. Well, I think it was already a known one actually. I was doing some experiments out there before they did the new release, and then all of a sudden I just happened to be at Sagittarius A, and I think it was to see if they was going to change the black hole in some way, but they didn't. But I also got lumbered with my name on it. It's a terrestrial planet Earthlight. I think I got this one as well. Yeah, so I've got the Earthlight on the core as well, just how it was. So yeah, and I think there's also, and a good thing is as well, there's plenty of opportunity to get your names on this stuff because there's so many sectors and so much more new stuff to find. It's very hard. It's very rare to find it as well. So when you do find it, it's quite nice. I'm sure I got one of these. Was it a Lorange cloud? Well, there's been loads found anyway. Obviously it'll be confirmed and not reported, so it wouldn't have been any of those. I thought I did somewhere in the core. Was it organic structures? None. Okay. I don't tend to sit around the middle of the core of the galaxy though, because it's so densely filled with stars. It's hard to see anything. Yeah, definitely. I was definitely in the right place at the right time for Sagittarius A. I really felt it should have went to the actual. Why does his name escape me? I should never forget his name. The actual commander who should have the acknowledgement for the supermassive black hole. It's probably easier to go to it from the cars. Because it's not going to come up, is it? It's just too dense for the stars. Let's quickly go back to the Codex and find it that way. It's quicker. Again, I've not bothered bookmarking Sagittarius A because, you know, it's kind of obvious. It's in the middle of the galaxy, right? But if we just go down and select it a minute, the guy who should really have their name on it is... What? What are you on about? Has this account not gone to Sagittarius A yet? Wow. I can't believe that. I've never taken this account to the Sagittarius A star. Because this is, my main account is Bloody Nutter. And this account is The Nutter. I have two. That's funny that I've never taken this account to the centre of the galaxy. I suppose once you've been there, right? I'm not going to make that jump. We'll carry on our route.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, what else are you interested in seeing in this anyway? Would you like to do some more exploring? Well, I'm going to do that anyway by default. And but if you've got any interest in or any questions about ship builds, let me know. What did you think of that multi-role Anaconda build? I pasted it in chat. I don't know if everyone saw it. I can paste it again. Yeah, that's a multi-role Explorer Anaconda. And you can have that one on me. It's a pretty damn good build. It does everything. And I did think I had it broken, but I did actually allow for the corrosive cargo racks as well. So if you do find something that's corrosive out there, don't worry, because you'll have the corrosive cargo racks. So yeah, it's not a bad all-round build, that. Got here, metal rich.
Fuel scooping complete. System scan complete.
I wish the location scan didn't take so long. Right, anyway, let's carry on our journey. So yeah, how many of those that are viewing the stream at the moment are playing Elite Dangerous? Maybe not necessarily right now, but have an Elite Dangerous account. Be interested to know.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'll tell you what else I'm also interested in. Dynamics, have you had this game since beta? You seem to be a bit of a commander of the world. I had a sneaking suspicion. Yes. I also had Elite Dangerous from beta. I was a backer. And I think I definitely got my money's worth.
Warning. Frameshift
I don't know of any other game
safety limits.
that I've got so many playouts out of. So yeah, definitely got my money's worth. I mean, it would be nice to see some of the new stuff as well. Let's see. Nothing floating my boat there. You missed the backer stage, unfortunately, but bought into the beta. Right, okay. Yeah, I did the back a bit, but yeah, still think I got money's worth, for sure. I've enjoyed playing it a lot, still do. Looking forward to getting a virtual reality headset as well, because apparently it is the bomb when you've got a VR headset. So that's not far away as well. And then when I've got that, I'll start doing some more regular streams and a proper timetable. I'm doing lots of fun stuff. So yeah, looking forward to that. GTA. I just can't believe the range difference between my 63 Lightyear Phantom and your Conda build. I didn't build lightweight engineer and of my Phantom, but didn't expect the Conda to be that much better. Hey, JTA, the Phantom is a really good exploration ship. In fact, it's the second best. Would you like to see a Phantom exploration ship? I'm sure you would. But yeah, in terms of exploration, if I'm not worrying about max distance, then I do like the Phantom because it's medium size, it's better for landing on planets, you can get in more nooks and crannies, it's nice and quick, and it's definitely the better alternative of the ARSP Explorer, which was and always has been up until recently the best exploration ship. Obviously the Phantom's got a couple of downsides, like the obscuring the view. But let me bring up Corylus again, and I'll show you just how good a great Phantom can be. bring this open. Don't know what's going on there, some weird stuff going on. Anyway, let's come over to here. So, Crate Phantom builds. Let's show you my Crate Phantom build. Here we go. This is Crate Phantom maximum jump, I believe. I've not looked at it for a while. So if you had, let's have a look. What did you have? 63 light years on your Phantom. Okay, well you can actually get 74.24 out of it. Well, GTA, heck yeah, you wouldn't mind seeing that build? Well, this is it. And dynamics. Yeah, like I say, my all-round Explorer that I posted for the Anaconda, I mean, that'll do everything for you. Okay, it's not got the strongest shields, but you're out exploring, you shouldn't really need them. It's only there for rough landings. So yeah, my multi-role Anaconda with 80 light years jump range is pretty good. Obviously, if you want 2 SRVs and a fighter bay, you sacrifice range essentially. But it's a good baseline. But in terms of the Crate Phantom, let's just have a look at this build. So let's just see if I have optimized it properly. I don't always check these. So what have we got? Okay, we haven't even got a shield fitted at the moment, so bear that in mind. Let's just see if I've optimized everything. Strip down. Can't physically put anything smaller than a 4D thruster on Crate Phantom. That's maximum engineered. 2D power distributor. I don't think. Oh, you can go 1D. What's the point there? There's probably a reason why I went for 2D and not 1D. It's only 0.9 tons. So what does 1D do? Need engine focus, otherwise we're not going to be able to boost. Ooh, strip it down. That's interesting. Why didn't I go for 1D then? That gets me 74.33. So I always have to check that I've optimized these properly. 74.33. Let's just check that against a 2D. 73 2D. Engine focus down. Okay, so 9.9 light seconds. Oh, sorry, 0.9 light years. Well, 0.09. So there's not a lot in it. But you know, the thing is, and the reason why I've done the Max Jump Anaconda is that I, throughout all my time playing the game, have been frustrated by getting to a particular place in the galaxy and then finding that the next jump I want to make, I can't because I just don't have that range. And my very first exploration ship was a hauler. That's right. Back in the beta days, the hauler had one of the best jump ranges, and there was no such thing as engineering back then. In fact, on one of my very early videos on my YouTube channel talks about the hauler and ASP Explorer builds, which I will do again with all the new technology we have because things have changed big time. Anyway, there's your Crate Phantom. Obviously from there, that's your baseline. I'll tell you what I'll do for you. Now I've put a 1D power distributor and you can still boost. I forgot, are they dirty? 35 stripped down, yeah, so that's pretty quick too as well. No shields, bear in mind, no shields. What happens if we try and put shields on? Obviously we're going to lose range. Let's just save that build. I'll save that as a baseline. I'll give you the link. Let's create a link for that. and there you can go and see if you want to attempt to make that build. You'll probably need quite a bit of materials to achieve it. So there you go, JTA, that's for you. Check that build out. And then from there, of course, you can do things like add shields. May need to increase power supply, potentially. Where's shields? Go with bi-weave. We don't have enough power, as suspected. So let's just see if that is overcharged. Yep. So then you got choices when you get that scenario where there's not enough power for the shields. Basically, you can switch stuff off. I mean, obviously you don't need shields when you're jumping. Yep. So if you switch off the Guardian frame shift drive booster, you now have shields. So it's just a bit of power management, and that's what I'm doing with the ship that I've got right now. And of course, what you can also add on this is things like your autofill maintenance, which doesn't weigh anything. Yeah, so you can put one of those on. Again, don't forget to switch it off until you need it. So just switch it off. There it is. There you go. And you're starting to look like a reasonable explorer ship. I mean, what you really want though is an SRV bay, right? The lowest you're going to get away with is a 6 ton. Again, it's saying it doesn't work. If you think about it, when do you need your planetary vehicle hangar? When you don't need it in Super Cruise, do you? No. In fact, the only time you can use the SRV is when you're landed on a planet. So again, power management. Let's switch it off until we need it. And if you think about it, as soon as you land your ship on a planet, you can turn the thrusters off. Your thrusters are normally the biggest power draw, always. And so instead of fitting bigger power plants, just do power management instead. I highly recommend it. That way you can keep your jump range. Of course, what I haven't done here as well, I can engineer this shield that I've put on to enhance low power. Yeah. And strip down. And that's got me up to 62 light years. You know what else I haven't fitted? Oh no, I have. I've got a... Oh no, I've switched it off. I'm looking at the jump range, thinking what's going on here. Guardian frame shift drive booster, put that back on. And we'll switch off the cargo hatch. What else don't we need right now? Well, we don't need a shield generator when we're flying around. There we go. So again, a bit of effective power management. And we've now got a 72.68 light year Crate Phantom, which has an SRV bay. It can repair itself and get a shield. Yeah. Just remember that the Guardian frame shift drive booster is what you switch off once you go into Super Cruise for exploring or whatever it is you want to do, and then just switch it back on when you need it for the next jump. And that's how you can keep a good solid build with good jump range without trying to overdo it on power supply and all that sort of thing. So let's call that Phantom Explorer. Save that, and I'll post a link to that as well so that you can have a play with that. There you go. So that's a Phantom Explorer. There we go. Yeah, I also have a Diamondback Explorer build here as well. I think I do. There we go. DBX Max, which I probably haven't optimized as well. but this one's 75 light years. 4D thrusters, seriously? You'd think you'd be able to put smaller size thrusters on that. There's be a 4A fuel scoop, but the fuel tank, it's got the same size fuel tank as an Anaconda. What were they thinking? Trying to fill that up with a 4A is painful. But yeah, you got a cargo rack in there. Obviously I'd switched it out for corrosive. Obviously it doesn't give you any extra weight. There we go. Because obviously you got to allow for the who knows what, and it's low power, stripped down. That's all looks good. Thrusters 35 stripped down. Increased range, mass manager. Yep, looks like it's fully engineered. So that's my engineered Diamondback Explorer. Does have a shield though, and 75.59. And obviously, if you want to know how far it flies, if you don't have a shield, you just take it off. Excuse me. There we go. So I think, yeah. So what you're looking at there, that is the maximum for a Diamondback Explorer, 75.79 light years max jump. Not too shabby speed either. But the fuel scoop size is a bit painful, to be fair. So, I mean, the basic rule of building an exploration ship, if you want more range, is use D-rated modules, as you can see. D sensors, D power distributor, live support, thrusters, power plant, and just engineer them up. That's the way it works, really. Is there any other interesting builds there? Got me. The Hammer Fast. That's probably a fast. It's my Federal Corvette build. 10,000 resistance on the thermal and shields there. Not too shabby on armour as well. It's my kind of build in progress. It's nowhere near finished yet. Just working on it. Hard points, not even addressed those yet. I've just been trying to balance the resistances. Yeah, so that's that. My rescue ship. Rescue ships for rescuing passengers that have been attacked by the Thargoids, which of course, as you may or may not know, is the best way to rank up with your Federation. All Imperial, of course. Okay. Where are we? We're still in space. So yeah, if you've got any other questions about Elite Dangerous in terms of builds and so on, do feel free to ask. And of course, if you like what you see and you want to know more, then do follow or subscribe, of course. One thing I was going to mention as well, I am looking at getting a virtual reality headset soon, and also I'm going to be setting up a camera because I know that people are probably very keen to engage with somebody who's going to see them on camera. So yes, there will be a face reveal, and then we'll do some live stuff. Live. One nutter, one ship, one universe, and all that sort of stuff. I know what you're thinking. I also do cinema voiceovers. Coming this fall, one man, one anaconda, and a limpet collector. Something like that, anyway. I do like to have fun. So yeah, that's the point. Dynamics, do you have a virtual reality headset for Elite Dangerous? I would be interested to know. I am very keen to see the scale of things. Say again as well, it's very good of Commander Bays to host me.
System scan complete.
I certainly need to set my students to do the same, and likewise, of course. Hey Namix, I hear on expense. They are too expensive. There is somebody that is going to loan me their Oculus Rift, as it's currently surplus to requirements. Because that's right, even the great nutter can't actually afford the technology at the moment because it's quite offensively expensive. I mean, my graphics card alone, which you also need, did me in for a while. I'm currently running a 1070 for quite some time. Obviously there's a 1080 now, but they're too expensive, and a 1070 will scrape me by. It seems to be handling all the streaming, and I understand that it will handle virtual reality as well, so it may not be virtual reality in 4K, but you know, it will handle it. It's a really good example of very bad neutron star boosting. Probably because I was doing something else at the same time. I really should fix my phase shift drive as well. See if there's anything interesting here. Nope. Awesome. So I'm just looking at my my stream. It's bizarre. Sorry for that quick blackout. I've just got a weird thing going on with OBS. I'm using OBS to stream, by the way, if you hadn't guessed that already. Anyway, let's crack on. Yeah, so I will be getting anyway regular streaming timetable set up for everybody. Which will include some new swishy template, and obviously, like I say, when I get the camera set up and everything else, so but not overly so. I think
Frameshift drive
some of the
operating
streams
beyond
just have
safety
too
limits.
much going on in terms of
Frameshift
jars
drive
for bits and all this, that and the
warning,
other.
hull breach attack. Taking
Ooh.
internal damage. Module
It's time to
malfunction.
fix the frame shift drive, I think. What's the next jump? Did I actually have a quick look? No, nothing of interest. Let's make this jump and we'll scoop and repair at the same time, as my frame shift drive is starting to flake out. Yes, and what's the old fuel too? I'm keeping the eye on the fuel. We should be good. I used the route plotter, so it should keep me topped up. I don't always rely on that. Obviously, I'm in lazy mode. There is a really good neutron star plotter utility that I use, which is far more efficient than the in-game route planner. So I can, in my MAX JUMP Anaconda, which I'm flying right now, I can get from Colonia to the bubble in an hour. That's going full tilt, and it's 71 jumps, so that I can get to the bubble in 71 jumps from Colonia, which is pretty cool. But the in-game plotter doesn't plot as efficiently as the I'm trying to remember the name of it now. I think it's called Neutron Star Plotter or something. It might be Spanish, yeah. I suppose I could tell you, couldn't I? Let's have a quick look. Let's see. Yes, it is Spanish. Well done, Namix. There's no flies on you, is there? Let's face it. I mean, if anyone wants to know anything about Elite Dangerous, I think Namix will be able to assist you. So yeah, anyway, that Spanish. If you just Google Neutron Highway, or obviously SPANSH, that'll give you a neutron star plotter. $12.99 an hour. Right, well, people better get donating then, because Namix needs paying apparently.
Module malfunction. Frameshift drive charging.
I've done that, honest. 8 module malfunction, frameshift drive charging. It clearly isn't, right? Right, let's repair the frameshift drive. Is there a planet nearby? I didn't even bother looking, did I? Nothing of interest, really. Okay, let's just repair. Of course, I'm going to repair my frameshift drive. I need to come out of a super cruise. Hey, Namix. Thank you for following. Do I need to send you a donation now as well? Right, okay. Did we come out of Super Cruise now? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I think we did we? No, we haven't come out of Super Cruise. No, don't want to do that. I want to do that. Oh, we're not moving very fast. Just right. Now I can repair the frameshift drive. Alrighty, frameshift drive. We need to repair. Okay, that's set for repair. We just need to put on a field maintenance unit. And for that, we just need to turn off the Guardian frameshift drive booster. And there we go. Now we can start repairing our frameshift drive. In fact, we get 2 going.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Don't panic, we'll turn the thrusters off. There we go. Power management at its finest. Seamless. Hey now mates, yeah, thank you for coming along. It's been great to have your company. So I appreciate it. See you on this one. See you on the next one, and yeah, fly safe too. You take it easy, dude. Right on, Commander. So yeah, we're just repairing our frameshift drive. As you can see, we are now up to 84%. It does make some interesting noises when it's repairing. I'll let you listen. It's like someone's on a bass keyboard. Of course, you can do other things when it's repairing, like look at the star map or something. So yeah, what I've done now, I think we're almost in the middle of the galactic plane already. I plotted a route to the highest nebula in the galaxy, which is normally hidden, but if you know where it is, it shows up. And the reason what makes it so special, not only is it the highest, or the furthest away from the galactic plane, it means that when you get within a close proximity to it, it stands out and looks stunning. And that star is interesting. Anyway, yeah, so that's where we're going to go now. Going to show it. Okay, so we better switch all our modules back on now. Right, so we need those switched off. We need our frameshift drive switched on. And we need our Guardian. And we need our thrusters. There we go. And we are good to fly. There we go. We won't be boosting anytime soon in this build.
Frameshift drive charging.
I didn't actually look to see how many jumps it was.
Fuel scooping.
13 bodies. Ooh, what do we have here?
Fuel scooping complete.
We have discovered a water world. We can find the. Yep, there we go. Right. That's that. So that there, whatever it is, I believe is ringed. So it's a bit confusing. Too many images. Maybe it's not. No, it's not. What I was after is the water world. Let's grab that one. There's interesting clusters going on here, actually, I have to say. Two close orbiting binary planets. Always make interesting views. Okay, where's me water world? It's always behind the star, isn't it? Yeah, always. Because that makes sense. We just need to move away from the star, and then we'll be able to scan them. Alright. Be one of these. It's a terraformable water world. I'm the first to discover. There we go. We've claimed a water world. And by the way, terraformable water worlds are the most valuable in the game. Did you know that? How big was that one? So yeah, you can get up to 3 million credits. That's right, 3 million. Or 2 void opals. For identifying, scanning a water world that is terraformable. Here we've got a binary set of stars. 5 bodies. 3 stars.
Fuel scooping complete.
But nothing of major interest. And things that I look for of interest are down this end of the scale, which tend to be phenomenon. And then obviously we've got the Earth-like and water worlds and water giants. Anything outside of that is not something that really I'm interested in. So we'll just crack on. Sandwich between 2 stars, going to get a bit warm. But we take risks.
Taking heat damage.
As always.
Fuel scooping.
7 bodies.
Fuel scooping
Anything of
complete.
interest?
Frameshift drive charging.
Seems to be a distinct active neutron stars at the moment. For some reason I feel that my desktop audio is too loud. Or game audio. This is interesting. I think we've got some close orbiting planets here.
Fuel scooping.
16 bodies. I'm sure there's some close orbiting stuff going on. Oh yeah.
Fuel
Wow,
scooping
they are
complete.
close. Let's just have a look at the orbits on those. Okay. Anything below 5 light seconds is extremely close. 9 isn't that remarkable. But you can still get some stunning views. So we're still in fuel scoop range at the moment, but I believe this planet will be outside of fuel scoop range. There we go. Obviously a planet at this range is going to be incredibly hot. But it does look like it's got an atmosphere. Now, wouldn't it be nice to be able to land soon, maybe? Let's have a look outside, see how that looks. There you go. Still pretty close, but you can get a lot closer, and it is quite dramatic to see. My paint job seems to have worn pretty damn thin. I'm not even sure what paint job that is anymore. Yeah. Kind of pretty. Okay, so we are on our way. Just looking at the time, and I think it is time to end the stream. So, without any further ado, I just want to say thank you for everyone that's joined and took part and commented and basically spent some time watching my stream. I really appreciate it. For now though, we're going to leave it there and catch you on the next one. So fly safe and take it easy. Thanks for watching.